Hello, everyone. Welcome to Alphawisdom. I'm Mystic Cassandria, and today's lesson 157 will talk about the hand. Yes, the hand. The hand can be evaluated by associating an element for a particular characteristic or characteristics. The elements are earth, fire, wind, of course we call that air, and water. So we're going to be talking about them, and then we'll get into careers, because there are certain careers that these elements tend to gravitate to. All right? Just because, for example, there is a teacher's sign on the mount just below the Jupiter or index finger. That doesn't mean that that person is going to teach. But there will be something about the person that causes them to behave or to act, to respond as perhaps a teacher would. Do you follow? Okay, so I know we touched on this in a much earlier lesson, but I'm giving you a little more information with it, and we'll look at hands and try to recognize whether this is one or the other. And then we'll also talk about those that don't, the hands that don't fit in these categories. Yes, so if you're reading about, what do you do? Okay, all of those questions will be answered. Let's get started. Now, what I have in front of you is the characteristics. So let's go over this and then we'll take a look at them. So here are the characteristics of the fire hand, and we're going to be talking about the fire hand today. It's a regular rectangular palm, short fingers, and numerous deep lines. So for those of you who are new and you don't know how to tell whether it's rectangular or not, so just get a rule. I'm going to just use my fingers in my palm, okay? So here's the palm. You measure from the base of the middle finger up to this point, about right in here. And remember what that is. Then you measure from this side right across to this side. Do the measurements come out pretty much the same? Like if it's 3.5 and 3.5, or 3.25 and 3.5, then that would be square. That's how we tell. They're pretty much the same. And then we count the fingers from the base here to the top. Is that shorter than the 3.5? That's how we tell. And if these don't measure up, this would be square if they're the same or pretty much the same. And if it's different, that is obvious that this side may be wider than the length of this. You follow? Okay, so we're clear on that, on measuring. Okay, let's go back in. Now it says personality, motivations, and characteristics of in relationships. Here we have short fingers. There are numerous deep lines in the palm. Okay, so these are adventurous people. They're passionate, they're spontaneous, and they're enthusiastic. And there are a few more besides enthusiastic. They are impulsive, and they are audacious or audacious. All right? Let's take a quick look at the characteristics of the earth hand. Square palm, short fingers. Remember the difference here. The only difference is this is rectangular, short fingers, yes. But this is square palm, short fingers. And the hand, to give you a little extra hint, the fingers are usually close together. When they hold up their hands, they're kind of close. They're not jammed together, but they're fairly close together, all right? Now, let's take a look at the personality. personality, motivations, and characteristics in relationships. Okay? These people are practical. They are conservative. They are reliable. They are steady. They are private. And they are also productive. Okay, so these are the characteristics. So remember these points. If it's a short, we're going to be looking at photos of the fire hand as well as the earth hand. So remember what you're looking at. So I'll leave this over here. Here is a palm. And this is a fire hand. The fingers are shorter than this part of the palm. And this is a rectangular palm. Look at the fingers. All right, let's continue and take another one. Here is another palm. This is also a fire hand. The fingers are shorter than the palm, and the palm is longer lengthwise than across. And let's take another one. This is a fire hand. Fire hand. Okay. And this, we turn it around. This is another fire hand. And that's Robert Downey, just for information. Okay? Now, let's review the characteristics here. Earth hand, remember? Square palm, short fingers, usually held close together. That's what we're going to be looking at now. This is Bill Gates' hand. This is an earth hand. Remember the characteristics? Practical, conservative, reliable, steady, private. Let's take a look at another one. All right, and let's continue with another one. We looked at this hand, we were focusing on something else. This is Arnold Schwarzenegger. And you see, usually close together. All right, let's go on to the next side. This is also earth hand. Now his hands are not close together, but he has all the other characteristics. So every single hand that has a square palm doesn't mean that they are all going to hold the fingers together. All right. Okay, let's take this one. All right. The name shall be nameless, but I think you recognize who that is. Okay, and this is the last one, earth hand. Okay. All right. Now, let's get some of the career information. All right, do not forget that all element types can be found in all jobs, but a water type, for example, will bring greater sensitivity and personal experience to a job. They will be in a job for a reason that is different than that of the fire, earth, or air type. That's just an example, okay? The hand shape reveals our motivation. However, here are some jobs that the four elements naturally gravitate towards. So if you're a fire hand, you probably would be interested in acting. Overall, you want to be in the public. PR, sales, politics, management, journalism, or sport. And we do find that a lot with fire hands, okay? So let's see what's happening with the earth hand. What kind of job would you find them in? Building, constructing. Now, this doesn't have to be actually physical building. It could be building something different, all right? Gardening, farming, sport, and business. Many of them are in business of some sort. It could be in movie business or whatever the business is. They're very open to that. I find that many of them, the ones I've made contact with as far as studying their palms, they are in the public eye for some reason or not. Okay? So that's where we are today. I hope that was clear. We're going to continue in the next lesson with the other elements. And then we're going to be talking about how the fingers have an effect on this. So the main theme this week is career, your career. All right. Well, thanks for watching. If you liked and understood this video, please give a thumbs up and, of course, share and subscribe. Well, thanks again for watching. Stay safe. And, of course, please be happy. Bye.